Good evening. Government officials say that the second batch of Filipino repatriates from Israel is set to arrive in the Philippines on Friday. In a press briefing on Thursday, Overseas Workers Welfare Administration Deputy Administrator Honey Quino says the overseas Filipino workers are scheduled to arrive around 3:45 p.m. on Friday. On Wednesday, the Philippines welcomed its first batch of 16 Filipino repatriates, including a 1-month-old baby from Israel. In the same briefing, Foreign Affairs Undersecretary Eduardo de Vega says the Department of Health and the Department of Social Welfare and Development will likewise assist in giving psychosocial support to the returning of OFWs. However, he notes that they are still not certain how many Filipinos will comprise the second batch of repatriates.
So we can't be exact with the figures. Alam namin, almost 20 yan. And find out by tomorrow. Minsan kasi pag sa aeroplano may nababawasan. Yung kahapon, na-offload sa Abu Dhabi sa stopover dahil nagkasakit siya. So hindi na umuwi. Pero what we know is that she's safe from harm or safe from harm.
The United States says Egypt agreed to reopen its border crossing with the Gaza Strip to allow aid to reach Palestinians. U.S. President Joe Biden says he discussed aid for Gaza with Egyptian President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi by phone while flying home from a visit to Israel. Biden tells reporters that Sisi agreed to open the Rafah crossing from Egypt to Gaza to allow about 20 trucks carrying humanitarian aid into the enclave. During Biden's visit, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office said Israel would let food, water, and medicines reach southern Gaza via Egypt. Gaza is short of food, water, fuel, and other essentials after Israel unleashed a blockade and airstrikes on October 7. The Gaza Health Minister says at least 3,400 Palestinians have been killed and at least 12,000 injured in Israeli airstrikes on the enclave. The Quezon City Police District says another suspect involved in the death of fourth-year criminology student Aldrin Bravante surrendered to authorities. The QCPD identifies the suspect as John Arvin Kyle Diocena, who surrendered Thursday afternoon. This brings the number of suspects in police custody to 6. Meanwhile, QCPD says it filed a case against 16 members of the Tau Gamma Phi Fraternity, Philippine College of Criminology chapter for violation of the anti-hazing law. According to QCPD, 2 suspects under custody, namely Justin Artates and Kyle Michael Cordeta, gave their extrajudicial confession through the assistance of their legal counsel. Their confession led to the identification of 12 other fraternity members, including John Xavier Arcosa, who surrendered on Wednesday. Based on police reports, Artates and Cordeta, along with Lexer Angelo Manorpies and Mark Leo Andales, performed the initiation rites of Bravante in an abandoned building in Quezon City on Monday. Police cursory examination showed that the victim sustained hematoma on both legs and marks of burned cigarettes on his chest and hands. The Commission on Elections maintains that the current authorized expense of candidates, amounting to 5 pesos per registered voter, is enough. The statement comes as the campaign period for the 2023 Barangay and Sangguniang Kabataan elections officially starts today, October 19. Under the Omnibus Election Code, the allowable expense of candidates is 5 pesos per registered voter in the constituency where they filed their candidacies. In a radio interview, Comelec spokesperson John Rex Laudianco says candidates will only campaign within their barangays, so the rate is adequate. In terms of campaign assemblies, Laudianco says entertainment and food distributions are not allowed as these actions constitute to vote buying. He says candidates would exceed the authorized election expenditure by doing so. He adds that criminal offenses such as vote buying do not only apply to candidates. Their supporters who will inappropriately spend or sponsor the campaign of candidates may also be held liable. The campaign period for the barangay and SK elections will end on October 28. A social weather station survey shows almost half of Filipino adults think their quality of life will improve in the next 12 months. Based on the results of the survey conducted from June 28 to July 1, 46% of Filipino adults are classified as optimists, or those who think their lives will improve. On the other hand, 5% of respondents were classified as pessimists, as they believe their lives would worsen. 44% think life will stay the same, while the remaining 5% did not answer. SWS says the net personal optimism score obtained from the survey is positive 41 and is considered as excellent in their criteria. This is 3 points higher than the March 2023 survey about the same topic. This net personal optimism score is the percentage of the optimists subtracted by the percentage of the pessimists. Alamin naman natin ang maiinit na balita sa mundo ng showbiz kasama si Pauline Del Rosario ng Bandera. Pauline?
Hello Faith! At sa mga kabandera natin all over the universe. Heto ang latest chika. Super happy ngayon ang Queen of All Media na si Kris Aquino sa naging reunion nila ng itinuturing niyang panganay na si Kim Chiu. Sa Instagram, ipinakita ni Kris ang video na dinalaw siya ni Kim sa Amerika upang makamusta siya ng personal. Inamin ni Kris na na-miss niya ng sobra ang aktres. Hiling pa nga niya, sana madalas siyang bisitahin ni Kim lalo na't may sarili na itong kwarto sa bahay na tinutuluyan nila. Kasunod niyan, ibinunyag na nga ni Kris na nagkabati na sila ni Batangas Vice Governor Mark Leviste. Ayon sa Queen of All Media, si Mark ang videographer ng video at naging tulay upang makadalaw si Kim sa kanya. Ang chika pa, ang anak niyang si Bimbi ang dahilan kaya nagkaayos sila ng politician. Caption ng dating TV host, sana magtuloy-tuloy na ang harmonious at supportive relationship nilang dalawa. At yan, ang latest bandera chika natin for today. Thank you, Faith!
Maraming salamat, Pauline. Here's the latest roundup of today's top stories. Second batch of Filipino repatriates from Israel set to arrive in the Philippines on Friday. DFA says another Filipino killed in the war between Israel and Hamas. And President Bongbong Marcos clarifies that the Maharlika Investment Fund will push through. And these are the stories you need to know today. I'm Faith Argusino. Follow INQUIRER.net on Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Reddit. For more stories, visit INQUIRER.net. Good evening.